voice go on?
I think so. I got a little red dot.
Oh, there it goes, okay.
Yeah.
We got it.
Okay. If everybody's ready, let's get going. All right, it is 7 o'clock. I'd like to call to order a regular meeting of the Brookfield Inland Wetlands Commission. Today is Monday, the 8th of April, 2024, the day of the eclipse. My name is Sharon Fox. I act as chair of the commission. With me here to my right, Mr. Bob Hudeman, who is the commission secretary, and to my left, Mr. Michael Neustadt, who is the vice chairman. So we have three, so we will all be voting members. Down to the far side, we do not have a recording secretary tonight, but down to the far sides, we're picking that up, as well as the Inland Wetlands Enforcement Officer role is Ms. Laura Barkowski. I want to make note, we do have a new member, Mr. Tom Keller. For him and for our other regular members, something personal came up and they're not able to join us, but we look forward and we'll welcome him when he can join us. So with that, we're going to go a little out of order for some accommodations here. So I have a motion to go to 5B. It's 172 Long Meadow Hill Road.
I second that.
Bob seconds that. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to need your names and addresses over to Laura because she's sort of acting as the
We could bring a
everything
couple of
today,
chairs up if you'd
including
like.
the recording secretary.
I'll talk loudly.
So
Okay.
while you're,
Good stand.
so why don't you just get your names
sit?
over to her?
Okay,
The
for
gun
record,
Yeah, all
my
right.
name is Nick Yushjak. I'm a registered landscape architect, CCA, LLC, 40 Old New Milford Road in Brookfield.
Okay, well,
Hello,
Rocky, if you're
everyone. I'm Rocky Angaro. I'm an officer in town, and I live at 172 Long Meadow Hill Road in Brookfield.
okay, so let's just do a quick look at the application here. Let's see the okay. I know it's in here.
It's 172.
Yeah, I see Jim's thing, I see the appendix, I see the construction sequence.
The application should be
I'm-
right up
It should be.
I've got the index.
There, oh, here we go.
Two for it.
Okay, so here we go. Single-family dwelling with driveway, septic system, and well, about 2.1 acres on the property, 1,100 square feet of disturbed wetlands. Total wetlands on the property is 5,431 square feet. Disturbed linear feet of a watercourse is 30. Total linear feet of a watercourse is 161. Okay, why
There's a
don't
visual
you
on
tell
that.
us what this is all about, and particularly what's going on with the wetlands here?
Okay, the wetland,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it here.
So the water course is.
So we've got CCA map 11624. Oh, that's just for this, so we know we got the same one, okay?
That's the date.
Yep,
No revisions. Okay, basically, this is one parcel that's being subdivided into two lots of roughly 1 acre apiece. This is the water course that goes through the middle of the site,
okay,
shown with the 3 dots. The wetland line flagged by Jim McManus and picked up by CCA is the solid blue line. The upland review area, the regulated area, is this line out here on this side and this.
okay, so the only wetland soils are sort of adjoining the water course?
Correct.
There's no other wetland soils over
No.
here, no other wetland soils over here?
It's all upland.
And anything drained from the road onto this property, do you know? Sometimes.
Not that I'm aware of. That would
Okay.
be Stephen Sullivan. He would have sized anything that was necessary.
Now, what's there now?
Right now, it's an existing house.
Okay,
Existing septic, there's a shed back here.
okay.
This back area is wooded.
So where do the woods come to? The woods come to, like in here-ish, or where?
They come to about right here behind the shed.
All right. Okay, and then what's back here?
Back here, as far as I know from the wetland report, that's all wooded. Is
Yep,
that
it's
correct?
all wooded area moderately, and then there's a slight slope incline.
Okay, and it looks like you
So-
guys are gonna have to knock something out to get this house here, is that,
Right.
there's a hill there?
And the grading there. So within the upland review area, the regulated area, there is no clearing in this area. That pink line is the silt fence, and that's the limit of work here.
Okay,
So all that will remain as existing trees from here to there.
all right, well, that's good to hear. So the disturbance is the crossing?
Yes,
Okay, so what is the crossing? It's open bottom?
yes.
Okay,
That's the section that goes through there. The house itself is outside of the upland, the regulated area. We have septic system that's mostly outside. The reserve area is slightly within the regulated area.
okay,
We have footing drains that go to a splash pad, daylights here.
mm-hmm,
The roof drainage goes into a Coltech, an underground water recharge, with the overflow that goes to the same splash pad that daylights there. So everything's kind of compact.
and now, so tell me more about the culvert and the installation, and do you have a picture, what does that creek look like? Is it, you've got, what are the topos here? They got, what do we got here? What is this?
Yeah, that's a 490, and it comes around this way, and then we have I believe we're sloping down.
So 490 goes this, but
Mhm.
can't go this way completely, right?
Well,
490, 490, and this is in the middle?
Yeah, it loops around, so we're creating there is a natural swale here.
Okay,
So then the next 2-foot contour is down this way, and it steepens up a little bit at that end there.
okay, so is that what this is here, that's what we got here, your profile, right?
That would be-
490?
That would be right through here, so you're actually looking at 490 out here. And then 480, and then 470 in that vicinity.
Okay, and so you've got, so the bottom of this creek is 480, 484? Right.
Let's say 864, yes, thereabouts.
Okay.
That's from what I'm seeing. Visual on, this is what the property looks like from Jim McManus's photographs. The wetland is dashed in here,
Okay,
and as you can see, the woods go from the shed on up. They're deciduous.
so I didn't get a chance, I said, we just got this on Friday, and I had Thursday, I didn't get a chance to take a look at Jim's report here, so I'm definitely going to read that.
Sure.
How do you plan on crossing that?
This, open bottom,
Oh,
yeah.
We have the construction sequence included.
Do
here,
you know,
too.
what does Jim say, is that like, is that water course always wet? What does he say about that, or is it intermittent, or what does he
It's an
say?
intermittent water course,
Okay,
and the soils are both disturbed and undisturbed. So we have an intermittent water course associated with seasonally saturated flooded wood swamp. And we have red maple, American elm, spice bush, winterberry, barberry, multiflora rose, skunk cabbage, sensitive fern, royal fern, jewelweed, cinnamon fern, jack and the pulpit, Asiatic bittersweet.
I love
and-
those, I love the bittersweet, but the
Poison
other
ivy.
two things are terrific.
Yeah, so I kinda highlighted these initially, so I could just pick them out for you.
Okay, so this is going to be, this is what, 12 feet, or what is this? What is this? Is this 12 feet wide? This, do you know how?
I have a scale.
One inch equals 30 feet.
Yeah, well, we have
I don't know if
10
that's
scale
this,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking at underneath, from there to there, 20, and across the top, 24.
Okay,
And that would be the same on the plan at 30 scale.
okay, so you've got like you've got a construction sequence for that going in?
That would be,
Yeah.
Is that, so that's here?
yes.
Blasting mats? Blasting mats?
I can't answer that. That was
Well,
I did not-
try and answer that, because that's
Mhm.
very interesting.
Yeah. I don't think that,
Well, so there's your first homework, if you wouldn't mind.
I will-
Let's understand
I
what that
will
means.
I'll ask Steve about the blasting.
Ask
yes.
Steve about the blasting.
Or whoever did it.
Whoever did
It might
that,
have been-
right?
Yeah, might have been, blasting maps.
Right. The second is, can you confirm someplace in writing, maybe you've done it, that this work is going to be done before anything happens over here? We don't wanna talk about driving through the creek bed to do something over here, okay? You know, either
Alright.
taking down trees or whatever.
You don't have that in here. do you?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't see that in the construction sequence, but that will be your second
So
homework?
this will be
That's gotta be put in.
completed.
Yeah,
in
this gotta be
phase.
done.
And the road paved?
No.
No, I don't think the
that
road's
point,
gotta be
yeah.
paved. It can be gravel.
Yeah,
Right.
because that wouldn't make any sense.
No.
'cause
No,
you would need some.
but we want, here's what I want in the documentation.
Mhm.
Till this is in,
Yeah,
nothing happens back here.
okay.
Cause I said, I just don't wanna have trucks and things
Go
going
through.
through there.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yes, goodness.
Well, that's
Would
what,
not
that's
be-
what we wanna confirm, okay?
Right, that wouldn't be
All right, and tell me again, Jim said this is intermittent?
intermittent.
Okay.
That's what I'm reading out of the report.
All right, so does the culvert span, where does on this map, where are the culvert footings? Is that this?
The part that you're looking at here would
Okay.
be from there to there.
All right, so you're talking about filling in this amount of wetlands.
Correct. And you see the dimension here, that confirms that that's 20 feet across.
All right, that's too small for me to read.
Yeah, it's kind of obscured by things. by the
Do
read
these
glasses.
come like pre-engineered?
I don't know
Um,
the answer to that. They probably are, and they've dropped in place, but this might be poured in place.
Okay, let's
Judging by the configuration.
excavate for the footings, place dewatering pump in the footing excavation trench, and convey the water, so I guess they're gonna,
Yeah, that's telling me this is poured in place.
yeah, form and pour the concrete in place, abutment walls, wing walls.
Because you wouldn't be seeing a footing like that if it were prefab.
This is the footing here. Isn't it? I think there's a footing right there.
Yeah, it's a footing in
That's-
wetland soils.
Right.
This footing looks like it, or these will be somewhat in wetland soils,
Yeah.
and these footings are going to be in wetland soils. So what's the plan? Are you guys planning to take out those wetland soils and put something else in here? Or is this going to work? I said, are you gonna be able to get the base that you want in wetland soils for this? I mean, this plan isn't stamped, so I can't.
Right. Yeah, that base for the footing itself would just be within the confines of the footing. So
Well, we're gonna need a stamped plan for this,
Did
okay?
you not get one?
Do I?
This is just a presentation board, but that would be a stamped sign.
All right, so that one is stamped. All right, so Steve is saying that this is going to work with his
That is
seal
correct.
of approval. Okay,
This is
that's what I was
just-
looking for, was the seal
Oh,
on
this
this
is
one.
just a fancy cartoon.
Okay.
Make it easier to look at.
To be consistent with everything else we have done, even when there's, obviously to get back here, you have to cross the wetlands, right? What you're asking for here is some compensation, to keep this at whatever it is, 20 feet and not extend it to 35 or 28 feet. You're asking for an accommodation here and to fill these wetlands in.
Showing about 1.5 feet here in this line, and the footing would probably be another foot on each side.
Well,
Yes.
but between here and here, you're gonna cover with gravel on a driveway, so this wetland soils, you're talking about permanently
Removing.
making not functional.
That's why we're talking about, that's the area of disturbance. yes.
Well, I understand that. So since you're, since that wetlands is essentially going away, right, because put a driveway in it, we gotta look for, I wanna know what, you're gonna figure out the square footage on that, and we're gonna talk about some constructed wetlands to make up for this. We can handle the crossing. We can handle the crossing. Steve's telling us that he can put a footing in here, and this is designed, and he's confident that that's going to work. So that's one thing you'll wanna know, right? Cause you don't want that sinking in wetland soils. But he's telling you it's gonna work.
Or freezing.
Or freezing
Right,
and
pushing
moving
up.
and water going
Right.
against all of the concrete over the time that whoever lives there is gonna be driving over it,
What
so.
we're looking at for the application is 1,178 square foot of disturbed wetlands.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that that's all this, that's from
Yeah,
here
the
to
whole thing,
here,
yeah.
but
How
I'm
much
gonna,
is that little?
yeah, here's what we're gonna look at. If I need this square footage, you guys can calculate that, it's,
I think that has been, the square footage has,
well, whatever it is, whatever it
With-
is.
in the wetland area.
Yeah, you're covering it over, you're making it go away,
Mhm.
disturbed, eliminating it.
Yeah, and that figure is in the application,
That's the 1,100 square feet,
yes.
not all this too? Just this is the 1,100 square feet? Seems like.
Right, well, it includes the road is a disturbance, yes.
So, okay, so this is 20 feet across, and 20 goes into 1,100 50 times? 60 times, so this is 60 feet?
Scale.
Well, here, you guys figure this out. You don't have to take your time here. I need to know what this area is, and we're gonna be talking about between here and here and there and there, and a created wetlands 4X. If it's 1,100 square feet, you're gonna be talking about wetlands creation of 4,500 square feet. But I don't think it is. But you figure that out,
So what's the ratio?
4 to 1.
4 to 1.
Okay? Some wetlands creation, you know, here or someplace probably near there. Let's take a look at some wetlands creation to accommodate the fact that this square footage is going away.
So that 1,100 square feet that's in there, that represents this.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought. This is a lot smaller. Well,
Yeah, I'm.
I believe, yeah, that
I'm
wouldn't have been
getting-
right.
I'm getting more like 900 when I.
Well, whatever, do the calculation. I said, I know Steve who did this, and his calculation would be all of this.
Yeah, and that would include this grading too.
Correct.
So let's say it's whatever's in this
Whatever,
application.
whatever,
Disturbed wetland, 1178, so 4 times that is.
I think we don't have to do the entire, because you're not, when you're crossing this with an open bottom culvert, if you were putting in, you guys were proposing drainage pipes, that's but here this water is gonna be able to flow, what you're
Right.
proposing here, the way Mother Nature had it, so we can get you across, that's okay. We've
Right.
not had people have to accommodate wetlands creation if you're just going over the bottom, if you're just bridging.
For the footings and stuff.
Yeah, well, for the footings, but this area and whatever is in
Right.
here,
Understood.
times 4.
Just a little bit of point of information, you'll be out there. The property next door, Steve Sullivan, maybe 10 years ago, did the exact same thing.
Okay, fine, so,
You wouldn't be familiar with that.
no, and 10 years ago, I might not even remember, unless it was something or another. So that's what we're looking for, some kind of wetlands creation, that's, there's probably some wetlands planting, so that's what we're talking about. If for some reason, I don't know, and I'm just gonna say this as an alternative, if you guys had a way to bridge the whole gosh darn thing, then you don't have to bother with wetlands creation.
So that would be like from there to there.
Yeah, that's another option,
Mhm.
okay?
And by wetlands creation, we're kind of like
Yeah.
excavating out and creating.
It's creating something, yep.
Something and.
Yep, in a place where it will be, and you'll want, Jim to weigh in and say, yeah, that'll work,
Mhm.
okay?
That's a Jim's opinion.
Yeah. And I think if we can get that, at least from my, my position at this moment, and again, state law,
2
we
weeks.
can't, we cannot approve anything on new business the day it comes in. The state says a minimum of 2 weeks, so we wouldn't, so I think you guys will have to think about this, okay? But we're gonna be here in 2 weeks. If you're done, and everything kinda looks good, I think we'll be good. I'm not seeing any big problems here, all right?
I agree.
Once we get these things, under control, all right?
I agree. Yeah, this is not a monumental situation.
No, but I said we gotta be consistent. We've had,
Right,
over the
exactly.
last, 5 years, I
Yeah.
think we've had,
Half a
I can think
dozen.
of, I was gonna say about 4,
Okay.
where the lot had been planned and approved, and people bought it, and the only way to get in was wetlands. They had to cross wetlands, and some wetlands had to be just, eliminated, and that's what the conversation was. That if there's no other way, and here there's no other way, we can accommodate this, that's pretty straightforward, but that's the 4 times, wetlands creation, all right?
Yeah.
So right now, that's all I can think of.
And once again,
It's
I'd like
pretty,
to thank-
it's
thank you.
it's not a monumental
That's
situation.
no problem.
Understood.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
all right,
Yeah.
any
Sure.
questions for us?
No, man.
All
I'm
right.
gonna debrief with them and I'll follow up with Mr. Sullivan.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay,
Okay, thank you very much.
all right.
You're welcome.
Very good.
All right,
Stay
so
well.
again, you're gonna be on the agenda, you'll be on as, old business,
Okay.
but again, if you're ready in 2 weeks, come back and we'll accommodate you again. And we'll progress this along.
If you need more time,
You got
let
it.
her know, let the office know.
We'll make it work.
Okey-doke.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
All right,
Sounds good.
wanna make a motion?
Take care.
Dennis?
I'd like to make a motion that we continue W 2417 on 172 Long Meadow Hill Road until our next regular meeting.
Michael
I'll second
seconds.
it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I'm sorry, who seconded that? Was that?
Michael.
Thank you.
I did the second.
All right, so now I'm gonna make a motion, we're gonna go to, old business D, 38 Lillanona Drive. Oh, sorry, forget what I said. We're going to, forget what I said. No, you're 3. I gotta go over to 2. I'll make a motion, let's go to enforcement, let's go to agenda item 3B4, 2A Crossroad. This is a show cause hearing. So that's my motion.
A second it?
Bob seconds that. All those
I'll
in
second
favor?
Oh, you did,
Aye.
I'm sorry. Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Okay, sir. I'll tell you how we're gonna run this. If you want a chair, we can get you a chair somehow.
Yeah, just
Grab that one.
roll that.
If you wouldn't mind, please give your name and an address to Laura so we can get this recorded correctly, please.
It's Fabio Fiorito, 2A Crossroad.
Okay. Mr. Fiorito, right?
Figueredo, yeah.
Figurito?
Figueredo.
Figurito, okay. Again, this is a show cause hearing. I assume you've never
Yeah, I
had
never
the
been
fun
here.
of having one?
No.
Okay. Well, I said, it's a state of Connecticut process, right, to ensure, right, that we get all the facts on the table. And at the end of it, the commission will, based on what we hear from Laura, what we hear from you and anybody else, the commission will make a determination to support or not support the notice of violation that you got on the property. So we're gonna ask Laura to give us her, what she found out and what she knows about the property, and then we're gonna get your opinion, okay?
Okay.
So Crossroad, as we're aware, is one of those roads I've been frequenting down recently for a different violation in
All
the
right.
process. We did notice that some trees had been taken down, driving actually from a side road while we were driving around the area. I also had received a complaint about noise. So we went to the house and it appeared that a certain amount of trees had been taken down in an effort to, for the purpose of constructing the pool, or was it done after? the
No, it
pool?
was done after. It was, yeah. I've gotten a price to get since the microburst, we had several trees that were like kinda hanging. And look a little bit messy back there, so I do have like 4 kids under 12 boys that we play quite a bit, so I've had planned to do this. I didn't know that a permit was necessary. I apologize. Tree guy called me because he has some free time on his schedule and say, hey, I'll give you a discount if you're able to do it right now. So I paid him
Right.
to do it. He did it, and then I got hurt at a doorstep. So
Okay, so the only map that we have, and then we're gonna give you a chance to
Okay,
add
yeah.
on to whatever you wanna add
Yeah.
on. The only one we have here is this close but not exact GIS map. That's the only map we have. There's-
Correct.
The town doesn't have another,
It does not.
okay. All right. Do you have any general idea on where these trees are down on the map?
I believe that we. So all through, can I just see the
Yeah,
map
yeah,
real
yeah.
quick? Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought there was one that showed where the pool went in, when he got the wetlands permit for the pool.
Okay. Yeah.
That might be easier to kind of
Ah,
view it off of.
oh yeah, if there's a pool, there should be something else.
Yes.
Yes. When did the pool go
Oh,
in?
there it is.
last summer.
Last
Yeah.
summer? Oh,
So here's the wetlands permit that was pulled for the pool, so you can see where the pool was coming in. The general area for the trees coming down are pretty much back here. It expands this area, if you will.
okay.
It's not all in one location. It's not that it was entirely clear cut, but there were substantial large trees.
I did
were
see
taken
that there
out.
were
Um,
some cut to the ground. They're like 15, 16 inches across.
Correct.
Yeah.
There were some very large trees that were taken down that,
Okay.
you know, are either in the upland review or in the wetlands area, depending on the location.
Okay, and these pictures are yours in here?
Those are my pictures.
Okay. So this looks like,
One is from looking at the backyard of the property, one's looking down.
okay. I don't remember this pool at all.
I do believe the pool was before I was here, so I'm not
Well-
gonna speak to that one.
I think we got the permit for the pool like the winter before 22.
I said, sometimes, some pools I remember, some pools I don't. But that would have been in the, possibly in the upland review area? I don't know, I don't remember it. This one I don't remember, because if it was in the upland review area, if it was the pool, in theory, you would have had a wetlands application.
Did we?
I believe you did have a wetlands
Yeah.
application.
Did you?
That's where I pulled
We
that
had
one
a,
from.
Ah,
James
okay.
kinda took
I
care of that.
don't know if it was an
for me,
agent
so,
approval
yeah.
or if it was a condition level.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'd
All
have to
right,
double
well,
check.
that's okay, at least we have something, okay. All
I
right,
think me, James takes care of that. in the
lots of
application.
times they do,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my God, I just don't remember. Okay, so we've got these, anything else that you wanna tell us, Laura?
No, I contacted them, the property owner, just to make sure no more tree work was being done. My other concern was, there was a lot of wood chipping that was done on this property as well. You took care of the trees totally on site,
Mhm.
and it's spread around. So I can't promise on how many trees are actually down. I don't know how thick that layer of wood chips are.
Yeah,
I
can
just went to the stumps that I could readily see.
Okay,
I think he took out the majority and then I chipped it just so like kinda.
okay. All right, anything? Figueredo?
Yeah,
Fig-
Figueredo always makes it easy.
Figueredo, yeah, that's, there's a U in there.
Yeah,
that would do-
UEI.
That would
The
do something.
Portuguese, it makes it Figueredo.
Figueredo.
Or if you could
I'm
say
trying.
Figueredo is like how we,
Figueredo?
Figueredo is Portuguese
Figueiredo.
pronunciation.
Figueredo,
Yeah.
all right, well,
A lot of people can't say.
No,
say it.
Figueredo,
tried.
Figueredo.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I
I
guess.
try to get it right.
Yeah.
I try to get it
Figueredo.
right, everybody should have their name
Yeah.
right, okay.
I'm so used to it.
Mine is,
People call me
Mine's
Fabio
easier.
or Fabio, and
Yeah.
I'm like, listen.
okay, anything you wanna add to what Laura said
No,
about
it's
what
just,
happened?
you know, my own, you know, I wish I knew that I would have to ask for permission. You know, I do have like 4 little boys, they do play a lot, we have a dog, so we walk those woods quite a bit. There was, during the microburst, you know, some of those trees, they were like hanging on to each other.
Mhm.
And there's quite a bit of damage that was back there, so I've always wanted to get that cleaned up.
Dangerous for the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and I didn't know it was gonna be a big deal because I was like, oh, it's in the property. I wasn't part of the pool application, so I apologize for like not knowing. You know.
You're not the first one.
Oh no.
You're not the
No.
first one. No.
By any chance, when you got an invoice from the tree guy, did he say how many trees he took down?
I can find out for you. My wife is the one that like took care of the bill. She's
Okay. That would be helpful
I
to know.
wanna say it was like big ones like that, like the 15-inch ones was like maybe 3, and then the rest were like smaller ones.
Saplings, like
Yeah,
saplings.
yeah.
Oh, they're much larger than saplings.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
well, there's,
okay.
we have some pictures of stumps that are,
Oh, yeah.
that looks about
6
12 or
inches.
14, and
Okay.
that one looks 12 or 14, this one I can't tell, that one might be that one. This looks like the chips that Laura's talking about. We have another, and these may not be all inclusive, but that is a big tree.
I agree.
And that is bigger.
Is that a rock?
I don't know what that is. I can't tell. All right, well, based on these, these GIS maps, are you familiar with these? Okay.
No.
These are made available by the state of Connecticut. They're done using
Aerial.
mostly aerial photography. They are directionally correct, but you wouldn't put a stone counter in based on this.
Okay.
Because, again, there probably is wetlands here, but exactly how far up it comes, you can't rely on this map.
Okay.
Okay, just because it's not a, it's not precise. Wetland soils in Connecticut are based on, or wetlands are defined, say this correctly, wetlands are defined by the types of soils, not by what the property looks like from the air. You get guys out, they dig holes, and they identify what the soils are, whether they're sand or whether they are mottled. And if it's mottled soils within certain distances, that's what a Connecticut licensed soil scientist uses to determine exactly where these wetlands are. So, based on the fact that it looks like there's water there,
There is definitely water there.
there's definitely water there, these are probably correct, but they may not be. They may not be.
And so you think he gets water all the way up there? 'Cause
It's not that it gets water all the way
Yeah.
up there, it is that there's definitely a wetland area depression between the 2 yards.
Right,
Um,
right. So, I mean, I think we're faced with kind of a little bit of a wrinkle here. If this map is correct, and this is where the wetlands are, and you're saying, and Laura is saying that there's some trees down in an area within a 75-foot buffer along that wetland, which it sounds like there is, that requires a permit.
Okay.
And since there is no permit, you are in violation. So I think the first thing we have to do as a show cause, because this is a process here, is put it to my 2 fellow commissioners, and that is based on what Laura has told us and what you've told us and what we have here, that the commission would support the violation. It does appear there is a violation. There was activity either in the wetlands or definitely within the upland review area, trees were taken down without a permit. So that's the first thing that we want to establish.
I agree.
So, right now,
Agreed.
so I'll make a motion then, in the matter of 2A Cross Road, based on the, input from the Wetlands Enforcement Officer, input from the property owner, and going on the guidance provided by this GIS map, that, a violation did occur on this property.
I agree, second
Okay,
it.
so Bob seconds. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, so all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, that's the first step in the process, in the show cause. Now what we have to talk about is what we're gonna do about it. Okay, now, one of the things that I think that we're going to want to do is you're gonna wanna know, where are the wetlands?
Okay.
Okay? Are they here? Are they here? Are they here? You know,
Yeah.
they're in that general area
Correct.
more
Mhm.
than likely, but we need to know exactly where they are. Okay?
Okay.
The way to do that is for you to engage a wetlands, a Connecticut licensed soil scientist. And you can find them, you just do a search and you'll come up with a bunch of names. The guy, because I'm from New York, so that's generic.
Yeah.
You know, the man or the woman, the soil scientists will come out, they'll dig some holes, and they'll put some flags on your property. And then you will know, and we'll know, where the wetlands are,
Okay.
okay? So that's step number one. Then step number two is going to be an application to remediate this problem, all right? And that's gonna involve getting an exact count of the trees that were taken down, and then on this map, or wherever these wetlands flags are, where did those trees come down? I mean, we need to know, we don't need to know if it's 6 or 7, we need to know how many came down that were, you know, say more than 6 inches in diameter,
Mhm.
because I think we're gonna be talking about replacing them,
Okay.
okay? And exactly how we replace them is going to be dependent upon what was there before, and one of the things we have to think about is, we don't wanna expose wetland soils now to the warming temperatures and sun, it dries it out. So wherever these trees are gonna be, wherever they were, if they were providing shade to these wetlands, those are the ones we definitely are gonna wanna talk about replacing,
Mhm.
all right? But that's further down the road. Step number one for you is to engage a wetlands soil scientist. Well, first off, you know, confirm that you're not gonna do any more activity here.
No, when she got there, I told her
Okay.
already it was done. He was already out of there, so it's yeah.
Okay, so we've got that. You're gonna wanna engage a wetland soil scientist. The weather's getting nicer now, so they
Mhm.
can actually, it's easier for them to do their work. So you might not be able to get one in the next 2 weeks,
Okay.
but in general, you should be able to get one in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, that should be sort of your expectation.
Okay.
Try and get somebody out there to flag the wetlands by the end of May,
Okay.
all right? Then we'll know exactly, and then come back to us with that and a count, and just hand note where these trees were. And then from that, then we'll go to step 2, which is an application, and there's fees associated with the application. And we'll talk about a remediation plan, which
Okay.
will be in that application.
Sounds good.
Then, once that gets approved, we're all in agreement that that's the right plan, then, you know, that'll be approved. There'll probably be plantings, there's gonna be a bond associated with the plantings, a multi-year bond with that.
What is
Um,
that?
Yeah, to ensure that the plants survive,
Oh, okay.
okay, for probably a period of about 3 years,
Okay.
okay? So, but it's a multi-step process, and
Mhm.
we gotta get through the first step to be able to go to the next steps, okay? We have to understand what was there, what got taken down, and where the wetlands are,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
Questions for us?
No, so just gotta Google the scientist, soil scientist.
Yeah, do a
and,
search.
by
It's a,
May. And then, once he does, you submit the report to you
yeah,
guys,
he's gonna
and,
give you, yeah, he's gonna give you a report, or
Then you
she.
bring that in,
Well, you hold on to it,
okay.
because he's gonna be looking for a map, and if this may be the only map, if you have I don't know, how old is this home?
2003, so,
So there's a site, there's a lot plan for this someplace.
There should be.
There should be.
a survey for the
There should be a
location,
survey
but I
for-
don't have it on file in my office, so.
Okay,
Did you get one when they sold you the house? Cause you've only lived there a couple of years, correct?
I'll ask my wife,
Yeah,
she
she
has it,
might-
yeah.
Cause there might have been one associated with the sale, unfortunately, they don't always file them.
I know, and the building department, there should be something there, like a septic plan or something like that. There should be something in town.
We don't always have the septic plans, but I will check. I'll
Okay.
check again with them.
What we're talking about is,
And as-built.
a more precise plan of the lot. The house was built in
I wanna say it was like, 2003 or.
well, close enough,
something,
well,
so-
2002, doesn't
Yeah.
matter, there's something
Yeah,
around.
there should be
Whether
something
we
around
can
there.
find it or not is another story,
Yeah.
because there was a septic plan. There was a subdivision plan on
Mhm.
that when the lot was created, which put the original house in. When the house went in, they probably changed what this home is from what the original home was on the lot that was approved. So I don't know exactly what might still be there.
Yeah, a lot of times you have setbacks requirements too by
Yeah,
buildings, so, and you usually do a survey to verify that you conform with the setback.
yeah, so that's what you're gonna wanna look for. You can ask your family, or, maybe the land use, you stop in, they may find something that you can use that is more precise than this. It would be a big map, about this big, if you saw the one we were looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big map, showing exactly where your home is and exactly where this other stuff is. That will be a better quality map that the soil scientists can use, because they'll put their flags on the map.
Okay.
Okay, well, they'll put their flags here, I take that back, they'll put their flags there, and then we're gonna have to do some measurements to figure out where those flags are to the house, for example.
Okay.
Okay? Or the pool,
Okay.
all right? But first steps first, those are down the road. Soil scientist, look around, see if you can find a big map of your
Yeah, well,
home.
I wanna say, didn't we have one for local application, or
That was
Doesn't
the map,
appear
the
to
pool
be.
application.
that was the same?
Yeah,
one?
it doesn't appear to be, it doesn't appear, and that's, I said, I don't remember this pool, but it's possible. I mean, there is an application around someplace, and somebody signed it. I mean, I didn't sign that. I didn't,
You normally sign approved plans.
I would sign an approved plan, so my signature's not on that.
So it very well could have been an agent approval.
Could have been
because I
agent
don't believe
approval.
It's not in the wetlands, I think it just skirts. the
Well, if I
wetlands.
did sign it, then I forgot, but, my signature's not on whatever this is. And I'm pretty good about signing
You
them.
were very good about signing.
Yeah,
plans,
I'm very good about it.
You are.
I am.
We all agree.
Yep, so, whatever. Can't go back. I can only go forward. I can't go back.
To what was done before me.
Right, done before me. So that's what we're looking for, a higher quality map. Maybe there's one, maybe there's not.
I'll definitely look again. I do normally try to
Right.
look when I open an enforcement matter,
Yeah,
but I don't believe
If
I
you don't
tried
have
to
one,
look
you
for a
gotta get
subdivision.
surveyed again, or?
you can definitely get it surveyed again. Yeah, you definitely can. And there's advantages to you,
Mhm.
right, to having a surveyed map of your property.
Yeah,
So if you wanted to consider that,
okay.
that really that can fast path this whole process.
Okay,
Okay, so think about that,
alright.
all right?
Let's see, like, I thought we got it surveyed, I'll check it out, I'll ask her, cause, I
See what
know-
you can find.
Yeah,
See what you can find,
Mhm.
okay? So, in general, we wanna see you here by, and our,
you said by May, right?
yeah, I'm just trying to think, we only have one meeting in May. Cause there's, Memorial Day. There's Memorial Day, normally we meet twice a month, but in May we only meet once. So, we're gonna be here on the 13th. You know, again, I don't know what their schedules, with the soil, I can't speak to their schedules, if there's, we wanna progress this, obviously, I mean, here's what we're, big picture, we wanna get these plants in the fall,
Okay.
okay, at least by the fall. We won't put them in the summertime, cause there's no, you know, we have to worry about water.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we get through this, we might sort of be through June-ish. So I think that's our general plan, is to get a plan approved in June, right? Get a plan approved by the end of June, and then plan for plantings in September. Okay,
Makes
so
sense.
let's set that as an expectation. So where I gave you, we talked about 6 weeks, it'll actually be 8, it'll be 8.
Okay.
Cause 4 weeks is probably not enough time.
Okay.
By the time you get a hold of
By
him, by the
July,
time he
we
gets
gotta get
out,
some-
by the time he does whatever it is you wanna do, that might be too soon. That's just a month from today. So let's talk about having the plan, where the wetlands are, on a map, and the number of trees by the 3rd of June.
Okay.
All right? And that way, if we have the plan, the 3rd of June, we can talk about it the 3rd of June. We can finish it up by, you know, the 24th, because that's
Okay.
when we're here. Hopefully get your approval, and then you can plan to buy the plants and install them in September.
Okay.
All right? How's that sound to my colleagues here? Does that sound all right, Laura?
Sounds all right to me.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right?
Okay.
So if you run into problems, call her.
Yeah, no,
Okay. Because right now, because you got a notice of violation on your property, and that's gonna stay there, you know, until those trees get planted,
Okay.
okay? All right,
Sounds good.
and again, we wanna progress it. We don't wanna go to there are things like fines, we don't wanna go there, and we know you don't wanna go there. So if you
Mhm.
continue to work with us and we keep to that general strategy, I think we're gonna be good.
Sounds
Okey doke.
Okay.
And you're welcome to bring your little ones if you want. I said
I
it's
can see.
better than anything on TV.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't want it.
No, we like kids. Okay, all right, so that's it. We don't need a motion. We've already taken care of the motion to show cause. Anything else, Laura, you can think of that we need to do to keep the paperwork straight? Okey-doke. All right, so that is that. Okay, now, let's go to,
Thank you.
and then we're gonna find
Yeah,
out where
that's
you
it.
are.
Good evening.
Let's go to agenda item 4D, 38 Lillinona Drive, old business. I don't remember what this one's about.
Can I have a second on that motion, Sue?
Oh, yes. Bob seconds it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
second,
those in
yeah.
favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Thank you, Laura. What's the property again? 38 Lillinona.
Should be under old business.
Yeah.
Good evening. For the record, my name is Abigail Adams, registered landscape architect, owner of A2 Land Consulting out of New Fairfield, Connecticut.
Let's see, give me 1 second.
Yeah,
Where did
take
we,
your time and I'll-
where did we
Is
leave
that Rocky Hill?
this
Yes.
one?
Okay.
Yes, Rocky Hill.
Old business. 3, oh, where's 4? Okay, modify an existing permit to run an electric. Oh, electric conduit down to the deck, it'll be dug using a small excavator. And you're gonna, and A2 Land Consulting will be here to provide a design to prevent erosion from the deck drainage.
Right.
Right.
So it was my understanding from
Yeah.
Mr. Swancoat, who was here
Yeah.
at the last meeting, that the one concern that the commission had was the dry well, and if it overflowed, what was gonna be happening?
Right.
So you were looking for
Something.
like a rain garden. So we have proposed the dry
Okay.
well, it would come and pipe into the dry well
Okay,
in this corner.
yep,
We have graded this out, we might need a little bit of boulder retaining here, but natural boulders, Laura's seen the sites, we've
Yeah.
done some really nice boulder work going on, a little bit of boulder, created a really nice rain garden here, and then, there's a huge storm, and you know, the rain garden's then gonna overflow.
Okay.
I've done a 5 foot long by 3 foot wide scour pad. So we
Okay.
have sort of triplet happening. We have the dry well overflowing into the rain garden, overflowing into a very long scour pad with riprap.
Okay, that's good. It just looked like it was daylighting right onto the wetland. That's what it looked like before to us.
Oh, so yeah, it was over here somewhere, the wetlands way down here.
Well, we
Wait,
didn't see that. We saw wetlands up in here, and we saw just daylighting onto the wetlands. That's what we saw.
Oh, that's that's interesting. The wetlands is actually way down, way below the 440. So
Oh,
we
okay.
definitely weren't down there, but that's okay. That's
It
okay.
doesn't matter. We
got
still
the-
we still
got
got
the rain
we still have a
garden.
good design.
We
So
still have a good design.
we still have a good design. Is this the right one?
That's the same one that I have here.
Oh, let's double check.
Yeah, I just highlighted in red sort of those new
403.
things, yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, is this the one, we had talked about one where we had trouble actually seeing the wetlands flags.
They're down here,
Okay,
all the way down here.
all right. All
Down
right.
12 feet,
I think
12 feet lower.
we're good.
Excellent.
Um,
And we proposed some planting, where are my
There
plantings
was-
that I have in here? Some red sprite, a few different winter berries, and the Arctic Fire red twig dogwood, just to.
who?
red-
An Arctic?
It's called Arctic Fire, it's a dwarf one, so it doesn't get, 9 or 10 feet big. It
Oh,
stays-
yeah?
Oh, yeah, they're super
Hmm.
cute.
They're not native though, right? Are-
Yeah,
are
because
they?
it's a dogwood, it just happens to be, a special
A
hybrid
cultivar a little,
species,
right?
cultivar of it,
Oh,
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, still, there's the whole debate of like just be, if it's a cultivar, is it truly a native? It's not invasive, it's still a red twig dogwood.
Yeah, I think it really, I don't know, for me, whether they're native or not native, I think it's, first off, are they in a position to crowd out the natives? That would be my,
Right.
it's more of a functional thing.
Exactly,
And then
exactly,
second, is there any habitat or food
yeah,
that they provide to pollinators, right?
Exactly.
And I think that, for me, those are the things that
right,
catch my interest.
exactly. So in addition to the rain garden, we've also provided habitat and food source, so
Okay, well then
triple
that's,
whammy.
so that helps
Yeah.
me with the cultivar question, right?
Yes,
It's not a
yes.
scientific thing, it's a functional thing.
Great.
You don't have to get to their
Yeah.
multiple duplicitous.
There was another dry well on this side that we talked about. I think it was resolved, that.
I think it was, too.
Yeah, they were
The
gonna deal
stones
with it.
there, it was gonna be
He
fine.
was gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
We said he might wanna worry about it, we didn't,
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't-
my memory too.
yeah, he might wanna worry
Knew
about
there
it,
was
but we
Yes.
did not have
Yes,
to.
Mhm.
I don't think there's going to be an issue there either, so.
Okay.
we're good.
All right, so I think this is the plan
I
you
think
want
this
us
is
to,
good.
this is the one you want us to, let's see. Do we have anything else in here that we wrote?
Is that the older one?
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause we had one here, and then there's another one that they brought. And I think that one looks like that one's superseded. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, I knew we had written
What's
something.
happening
Okay.
there? Oh, there's,
Yeah, yeah,
look
yeah,
at all
well,
those highlights going on
well,
there.
this is where we were trying to understand the wetlands, and I said, this is what we had, and we didn't,
Yeah, that's the wetlands.
okay.
All
Well, then
down here.
then he said, we didn't know where they went. That was the question, because they die. The flag dies, and I go, where do they go?
Have to talk to our friend Jim McManus, because I think he did that.
Well, that's okay, that's why, we said, well, maybe they come here, I don't know,
No.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
we didn't know.
Fair enough.
Okay.
It's, the topos, however this printed, there was no topo on that map, so that was one of the things that we added to this plan, so.
Okay, oh, this is the one. Oh, now I
Yeah.
remember, you know what, okay, keep going.
Sure, so the topo, the wetland's gonna follow that 202, it's gonna come right across. Because it comes up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 feet in elevation, so I know that the wetlands they're not coming up that way, they go
Okay.
back across.
All right,
Anyway.
because what we went through
Mhm.
was, he had all of these things, and we were trying to figure out what is he asking approval for, and what's from the previous approvals, and what's on the new approvals, and it looks like you've highlighted.
I've highlighted, so the new
Okay.
really is, they have the new, this pipe, the new propane tanks and generator, and then we had this, the trenching. So I've highlighted in red, and
Right.
that's what's on the new plan of everything.
Right, cause that's
And
all we're gonna approve,
That-
it's what's
That's it,
highlighted.
everything was approved in the previous application.
And also, do we have this one? Is that the one, that's the one,
yours.
that's ours, right?
That's yours.
Okay, so let's, I think the only other stipulation, and maybe it's here, maybe it's
Oh,
not, is that the
interesting.
silt fence is gonna stay in place till all this work is done.
100%, and I even have silt fence shown on this place,
Okay,
added
so-
around the rain garden and up the side, so it's on here.
Silt fence,
Mhm.
till work complete and inspection?
We could do inspected.
Yeah, work complete
And inspected.
and
Site stabilized and inspected.
site stabilized and inspected, thank you. Inspected by
Handle
the
that.
town,
Sure.
by the town Inland Wetlands Enforcement Officer, the IWEO,
Got it.
okay?
I got it. Easy.
All right, so that's that, just drop your initials in there if you wouldn't mind, please.
What's it, 484?
Yeah.
May as well put that on there while we're at it.
Oh, so, and that we are only approving new work. Approving work highlighted in red,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, that's all the modification, this permit modification is asking for. Everything else was approved in your original, in the original permit.
Highlighted in red callouts, right? All right, so I said, whatever these stepping stones are, for example, I don't know if that, I didn't go back and double check.
Yeah, all
Okay.
part of the original.
So as
Got it.
long as you're all part of the original,
Oh,
he's
we're good.
good, but
We're
if
good.
if something's messed up, he's not gonna be good.
And
Then
that's on me.
That's on somebody,
That's on me.
okay?
Great.
Alrighty, so, you wanna make a motion?
No, I can do
And then
that.
just pick up these two stipulations,
Yep.
right? Alright, next.
In the matter of, let me find it here, 38 Lilinona Drive, item W-24-14. I would like to make a motion that the plan, the application for a revision to the plan dated, there's a date here someplace, there it is, 11/9/21, with a revision of 4/2/24 that was done by A2 Land Consulting on a plan that is marked, this approval only concerns the changed items, which on this plan are highlighted in red, 5 items, and with the stipulation that the silt fence that's marked on the plan is to remain in place till the work is completed and the site is stabilized and inspected by the Inland Wetlands Enforcement Officer.
And all the usual stipulations.
And all the usual
remain in effect.
stipulations as well as the ones I mentioned.
I'll second that.
Bob seconds that, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All
Thank
right.
you all so
All right,
much
have
for
Thank
your
you, Abigail.
time. I appreciate it. It was nice to see you all again. Do you need the chairs? No, okay.
You can leave it there, that's
I'll
all right.
leave it there.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll put it away. Done.
All right, okay, so, sir, are you here?
Because my property is right up against to a crossroad,
Okay,
so, and you said I couldn't speak today, show cause.
Yeah, you can't speak in a
I
show
understand.
cause.
I just want to hear what's
Yeah.
gonna be followed through, and I think it's.
You can provide a written note, if you wanna send an email or send a little letter, you definitely can do that.
As we said 3 trees, I think it was more like at least a dozen, good sized answer trees.
Okay.
But anyways, that's.
Well, again, this could.
My one question now.
Wait, this commission appreciates all the facts associated with wetlands. We appreciate that, and we know sometimes it's property owners see things, I see things, she sees things, these two guys see things, and neighbors see things as well, so, all facts are welcome.
My one question, the trees eventually that would be replaced in September, are they pine trees that are 5 feet tall?
I don't know what they're gonna be
I
yet.
mean, they can't be obviously 30-foot trees, that sort of thing,
Those are hard you can buy them and you can install them, they're hard to keep, yeah.
17 years, I know too. But, yeah, no, just when I look out my window, I just see the house, the pool and the sound, like I said, the sound was, they had kids with me, the noise that they had, and I'm not an old farty, but if they have a pool, God, have a pool, 5 cut parties a week, a year, and
So-
I sit on my deck, smoke a cigar, read my book, and it's all gone, all the woods is gone,
Okay.
so, anyway, all right, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Yep.
So nothing
Oh,
is
do
gonna
we
be-
want his name?
I my name, but, yeah. But, and I know you from your son,
Okay.
Matranga.
What, Murph?
I don't know if I coached your son in baseball.
Soccer maybe.
Yeah, I'm a soccer guy.
Yeah, my son plays soccer.
40 years of soccer, been refereeing in school.
Oh, yeah.
You too?
My daughter too.
Where
my-
did she play for?
She played for Brookfield High.
Yeah.
And she was all-state. She was all-state, 2 years.
Yeah, I've been refereeing a year, that's why I got all these things, sound old. Hey, you have no referees, come referee with us. You too, you can come.
Oh,
All right, we're gonna get back to our agenda.
Oh, sorry.
All right,
Right
no,
on.
thank
Thank
you
you.
for your,
All right.
input. Again, all facts are welcome. Okay, let's get back to our agenda. So active sites. Oh, boy. Where did we leave off? Active sites, 731 Federal Road. The way we left it was they were gonna get in contact and you guys were gonna come up with a mutually acceptable time and.
We decided tomorrow, so
Okay.
I'll have a better report after tomorrow for that one.
Yeah, I think it's all buttoned up on the north, it's not on the south. There's that
Right.
one drainage and they got that huge pile. They've got some berms in there to keep whatever that is going in there. So, whatever you decide will be fine.
There actually is a separate address for that.
Yeah, I mean, they could,
so-
I don't know if you even, that one pile's so high, if it for some reason there was a big earthquake.
There's no earthquakes in this part of the
That would
world.
have to be a big one.
All right, so that is that one. 101 Candlewood Lake Road, again, we're waiting the baseline
Waiting.
reports. And again, we're still all in agreement, right? Until we get them, until we know what it is that what happened, we are asking you not to sign off.
Right.
Okay. 23 Grays Bridge, I saw that, everything seemed to be okay. Of course, they're gonna constantly face flooding on the Still River. That's not new. That's not new news. All right, 58 Old Grays Bridge, again, we're keeping this because we don't wanna lose track of a guy who is trying to get crummy soils out of there so that from our standpoint only, we can get some wetlands creation there to go accommodate the fact that they build in wetlands on the back of that building for safety. All right, anything else active?
Nothing, stay tuned, there's at least one more that will be added to the agenda by next meeting.
Okay. All right. And when you go out to see 731, I said, somehow we didn't get reporting on whatever it is, 729, whatever the one's just south of that. We didn't get third-party reporting on that, so I'll have to figure out a way to just every so often just peek in there. I mean, that one is, the development is further away from the river there, and I don't think they face those big stormwater issues, but there is that little wetlands in front, and there's a wetlands creation. So we'll have to figure out something to keep an eye on that. I mean, I know they're gonna try, so we have that good thing, but we can't lose sight of it. Alrighty, enforcement. 35 Merwin Brook, we're waiting for them to confirm that the trees are in. 11A Crossroad. Isn't this one we were waiting for them to tell us that they've got a soil, I think,
To come up with the plan.
come up with a plan, the soil scientists and a plan.
I thought someone from 499 was, Federal Road was gonna be here today.
Yeah, is there anybody here for 499 Federal Road?
So I will follow up with them, but I did expect somebody to be present. I know the last time we spoke, they had just hired, Robert Sherwood? I might be misquoting that. They just hired an expert to come up with the plan. So I did expect somebody to be presenting it today. So I can certainly reach out to them and see what happened.
If you wouldn't mind, tell them that the commission is disappointed that they didn't let us know that they weren't coming and provide, you know, some rational basis for why they are not doing what everyone agreed to,
Absolutely.
okay? And tell them, you know, this is not a threat, but this is important, and fines are an option. Okay. Hope that was all right for you guys, right? That's it, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because I don't remember exactly which one this is, because this is the one.
This is the one that you drove
Yeah,
through.
this is the one we
back
drove
of
to. I go, where
property.
the heck is this? Yeah,
The 499?
yeah, 499. It's all in the upland review area.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to wait for a soil scientist. It's all in the upland review area.
That's all.
And it's all in a floodplain, so the trees are going to have to be in that. And the only thing that we asked them to think about, or that I think we'll have our third-party review think about, is stormwater management on that backside.
Particularly if you wanted to do anything for parking too.
And if you want to do anything for parking, right.
Yeah, he was planning on adding some parking.
Yep, I believe
Or
that
wanted
was
to.
around 2 spaces, and at
Right.
the time we were thinking about how far of a remediation plan, depending on if you can do some stormwater management.
Right.
Because there is none right there.
There's nothing there.
No,
No.
it's
No,
Just-
I drove around the building the other day, and
Yeah, and so
Saw
the three of us are all in agreement that whatever we get on these violations, they're gonna go to third-party review. I'm not a soil scientist, you know, so I want third-party review on these
The
plants,
remediation plans.
right? So you're hearing that from the three of us, that we're all in agreement on that, okay? So we can start to line up a couple of them. All right, so that would be my word to the wise. You know, tell them that we wanna progress this, but they gotta stay in touch with us,
There's different ways we can
Right.
progress it.
right? And they've
Once-
disappointed the three of us, that we didn't hear why they could not be here,
Absolutely.
all right? Right?
yes.
Yep.
Okey-doke. All right, so, okay, that's that. We did 2A Crossroad. All right, now,
584 Laurel Hill.
That they have till April 22nd meeting, so they have till the next meeting to provide us plans,
what?
or flag map for wetlands.
Oh, I lost my page 2 of my agenda. Crap. Probably in a folder. Oh, here it is. There it is. Okey doke. All right, 84 Laurel Hill, then provided April 22nd. Okay, no new news there. Okay, old business, 148 North Lake Shore. Anybody here for that? No? I think this one was just a matter, we wanted a note from Steve.
And they did give
I
us
think I saw it in here,
Yeah.
the calculations for the level spreader.
What did he actually do? We sort of left that to his expert opinion. You know, we're making note, like I said, we're getting 5 inches of rain here on a regular basis.
one of the stipulations with the approval that he was going to provide the calculations with the level spreader.
I can't find it in my pile.
It is a separate sheet.
I can't find it. Did you read it?
It is not, so you asked for it on the plan?
The plan.
It's not on the actual plan. That's
Okay.
the only
Or
thing that I was really wanted to bring up to you. Steve was saying that it's not common to put those kind of calculations on the plan.
Okay, whether it's common or not, I don't care.
But he did do the calculations and have them on a separate sheet. If the question is whether or not you wanna go back and
I don't have
Did
it.
you check his calculations?
What-
I'm
what-
not an engineer.
She's not an
so-
engineer. What is the,
I'm the first one to admit that.
I just thought I'd
I
ask.
thought I saw it, and it may have
my
been
pile's all,
online,
this pile is all
but
messed
it's
up.
not,
Is
it's
it-
not here.
Wait.
Let me just,
It should be in the
let me
file.
go get the
It's
file.
certainly in the file.
Okay, sure. Okay, so I got the stipulation, I have the plan, I have Steve Sullivan, here we go. I have uploaded level level splitter to the portal a couple weeks ago, see attached. Is that this, CCA?
Yes.
Design, flow, 45 for 10-year storm and the 2024 guidelines. Oh, they updated 2024 Connecticut guidelines for soil erosion? I thought the last one I saw was like 2012 or something like that. For every 0.25 cubic 2024 Connecticut guidelines for soil erosion sedimentation. Okay, all right, well then, I'll make a motion then that we accept, CCA, Mr. Steve Sullivan's professional engineering calculation as defined and associated with an email for 148 North Lake Shore on a handwritten note by CCA that was received on the 3rd of April, and this satisfies the open stipulation on the approval.
I'll second it.
Michael seconds it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. All right, so we're done with 148 North Lake Shore. Oak Meadows, did we hear anything from these guys? No.
So they said that they were going to touch base, and I have not heard from them. They have
Okay.
till the next meeting, otherwise I would suggest to the commission that we
We
refuse, or you deny the
we
application.
deny for lack of information.
We can make it to the next meeting if you wanted to go one more meeting for it.
Well, we'll go one more meeting. I mean, it's not due till May, so we had to keep track of that. I said, I think we'll just deny because we don't have any information about where
If
these
you
trees
don't.
are and how they're doing it. And what are they doing with the limbs, and what are they gonna do? Wouldn't this one have some debris in there too? And if they wanna do anything with the debris, and again, so that's the information that we are lacking.
Correct.
And if we get that, then I think we can make a considered opinion. But we don't have that yet. And again, we make note in the record that if the applicant has any trees that, in their judgment, provide an imminent threat to life and limb, that they should immediately get in contact with Laura so that you can make an agent's judgment, okay? Because nobody wants trees falling down on people. Okay, so I'll make a motion that we continue Oak Meadows to our next regularly scheduled meeting.
I'll second that.
Bob seconds, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Okay, 81 Pocono Road, this is the one with the,
So he is not here today. They went before ZBA. ZBA wanted some more information, so he's going back to ZBA to see on whether or not he can have an alternate plan.
Okay.
I did know he wasn't gonna be here today. I did discuss timelines with him.
okay,
As far, we still can make it to the next meeting,
the next meeting.
but it's really gonna depend on where he wants to go with this, because he's aware that we're now on a ticking time clock for wetlands.
Right, because we have to have the hearing by the 15th, right? Or do we have to make a decision about the hearing? Refresh my memory.
He must open the public hearing by May 15th.
Okay, so, all right, so that means, guys, next week, we have to, for our next meeting, we have to, if we don't hear anything from them, we're gonna set a public hearing, because that's all we know. Everything else that he's conveying to the town is interesting, but what is in front of us,
Is is,
The only thing that's in front of us
It's what counts.
is a plan that fills in 50 square feet of wetlands. And so I think we are all, we want to be consistent, and anytime somebody plans to fill in wetlands where there, in our judgment, there's a prudent and feasible alternative, which, for example, on that earlier one where they got to get across a creek, there isn't, okay? We have a public hearing. And we have third-party review, soil scientist, and stormwater management, because I think that plan sends the stormwater into the wetlands as opposed to something else. They have drainage and they have they have Cultex and whatever, but all the overflow goes into the wetlands, which I want to have another opinion on. So that would be another set of reviews that we want to tee up.
I'm discussing with him as far as the timelines and
Yeah.
reasonable too, as far as that's concerned. We did not know, I was hoping that by this meeting I would know as far as ZBA is concerned.
Yep.
There's a possibility of this application, and I don't wanna speak for the applicant.
You
but,
can't,
you
right,
know,
because you can't.
To
Okay.
give them their options. And
Yeah,
their
so you're doing what
options.
you're doing, but that is running, we don't even particularly care, but what's in front of us, the only thing that is in front of us that we have to make a decision on is a plan that fills in 50 square feet of wetlands. So, I'm just reiterating that. So next meeting, if we don't have anything new, like a new plan that doesn't fill in 50 square feet of wetlands, we're gonna set a public hearing for the 13th of May.
Yes.
Okay, everybody with me on that? Am I
Yeah.
getting that right?
I think, yes, that was the date that was.
Okay, so I'll make a motion then that we continue 81 Pocono Road to our next regularly scheduled meeting, making note that our next regularly scheduled meeting, the commission must make a determination about a pending public hearing so that we can conform to the state guidelines.
I'll second that.
All those, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okey dokey. New business, 93 Grays Bridge Road. This is the town. Anybody here from the town?
So nobody is here for this one as well. They will be here at your next meeting.
Okay, so should we look at
I
it?
wouldn't even, at this time, it's a stormwater management plan, but they
Oh,
will be here
great.
for the next meeting to go over and give a presentation.
Okey doke. So I'll make a motion that we continue 93 Grays Bridge Road to the next regularly scheduled meeting at the request of the town.
Second.
All those any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Okay, we do not have any correspondence. Review of the previous minutes. Take care of that, will you? And walk over here.
Any comments on the minutes? I have none. And hearing none, I would make a motion that we approve the minutes of the March 25th, 2024 meeting of the Inland Wetlands Commission, regular meeting.
I'll second that.
Seconds that? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Okey doke, informal discussion.
You did very well getting us through this long meeting in a reasonable time.
It's a team effort. There's four of us, and we
Yes.
all sink or swim together.
God.
All right, so if there isn't any informal discussion, all right, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second it.
All right, I have made the motion to adjourn. Bob second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Thank you, thank you.
Okey dokey. Well,